Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Erickson, and I serve on the advisory board and as the Director of Education for Motion Labs Incorporated, who designed and developed the Wingx technology. When it comes to improving strength, core stability, cardiac fitness, mobility, movement quality, and functional performance, you may think you need a room full of fitness equipment such as dumbbells, barbells, resistance bands, cable machines, cardiovascular equipment, or a full-size functional trainer. Or you can choose Wingx for a fraction of the cost. Wingx uses patented air resistance technology, giving you a full-body workout across all 3 planes of motion, anywhere, anytime, and it's appropriate for the entire family. Wingx creates resistance, so it provides all the benefits of general resistance training, such as increased muscle strength, endurance, and power, cardiovascular health, bone health, and prevention of osteoporosis. Resistance training helps us lose fat, it increases our metabolism. Resistance training reduces blood pressure, it enhances our mental health and brain function. It also gives us better balance and prevents falls. And finally, just as an example, helps promote better sleep. These are just a few examples of what resistance training provides. And what makes the Wingx technology unique are the following characteristics that only the Wingx provides. So, Wingx uses accommodating air resistance. Mark's going to demonstrate that in just a little bit. So accommodating air resistance means that the device, the Wingx, only pushes against you as hard as you push against it. And this makes it extremely safe. It's extremely safe, especially for people going through rehab, older adults, and novice exercisers who are just starting out doing resistance training. So go ahead, Mark is going to demonstrate early rehab, say for example, following rotator cuff repair. So go ahead, Mark, just in and out, very easy. So you can see when Mark goes slow, the accommodating air resistance accommodates to his force. So it only pushes against him as hard as he pushes. So early in rehab, it goes easy, he gets very little resistance, and as time goes on, go ahead, Mark, a little harder now. So the progression would be to try to go faster. And now he's getting more resistance, so moderate resistance. Let's say it's toward the end of rehab, now go as hard as you can. Okay, and you can see he starts working his core, and he gets even more resistance. So it's very versatile from early rehab, middle rehab, and late rehab. Okay, now relax. And now what we're going to do is make it a little more functional. So in rehab, we also want to make things functional. So now what you're going to do is use more of your body. Okay. And go hard in both directions. There we go. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Mark. In addition to being extremely safe, the Wingx also are very versatile. They go from low resistance to maximum resistance, even to provide high-intensity interval training. So Mark's going to demonstrate high-intensity interval training with the Wingx. And you can see he creates a Z pattern. Faster, faster. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Hard as you can, and rest. So that's a good example of power training, high intensity. Wingx is also a powerful device for athletes and sport-specific training. So Mark's going to demonstrate a little bit of sport-specific training with the Wingx. Okay, so there's tennis serve. Going to give us a couple forehands and backhands. You can see what the technology does is that it resists the specific movements of the sport demands. And the Wingx are the most efficient training device available. So instead of working with a dumbbell where you have resistance on the way down and the way up, but only of one muscle group, so this is biceps, 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 the Wingx give you resistance in both directions. So go ahead, Mark, show us curls. So biceps, triceps, faster. Okay. And they're very versatile, you can modify, so go ahead and modify, Mark, do alternate, faster, and that'll bring in more core, but still get your biceps and triceps. All right, good. So that'll cut your exercise time in half, or if you want to keep your exercise time the same, it'll give you twice as much work in that time frame. Another unique advantage of the Wingx are how they help you with speed and agility training. When you work, you have to change directions, and what you try to do The goal is to minimize the reciprocal innervation time, which is the time you go from one direction to the opposite direction. All right, so go ahead, Mark, show us the sweeper. And quicker on the return. There we go. Awesome. So the next benefit was a little bit of a surprise. When we were researching the Wingx, we found that the people who were using them had less delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS. And the reason we think that is, so when you do curls with a dumbbell, you have the positive and the negative. This is also called the concentric and the eccentric. And because the Wingx, so concentric one muscle group, in this case biceps, and then it's concentric the opposite muscle group, or the antagonist. So this is agonist, antagonist. It's concentric in both directions. So it decreases the amount of eccentric activity, which decreases, we think, the delayed onset muscle soreness. So the last couple of benefits, you can see they're very portable, and they're also a lot more fun. When I watch my patients work out with the Wingx as compared to other devices, they just seem to enjoy it more, and that helps increase compliance. So it allows the user to be a lot more creative, regardless of your sport or functional demand that you want to improve upon. The Wingx can match those movement patterns specifically. Like I said before, they're very functional. I believe the Wingx is by far the most significant advancement in resistance training that I've seen in my 42 years as an exercise specialist. Its safety, versatility, efficiency, portability, cost effectiveness, and functional design make it an exceptional and superior exercise technology. I use it myself, I trust it with my patients, and I'm confident that you'll find that it helps you meet your fitness goals as well. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me by email, text, or phone.